Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching. This is Running on Empty Food Review. I am your host, the Report of the Week. So welcome to this newest pizza review. You can see I did the big adjustment of the shirt collar versus vest overlap there for this massive occasion. We have a new review coming your way, and this is a pizza review. I think it's everyone's favorite. I know I like the pizzas. That's always, I think I say this a lot, but it's true. It is my favorite thing to review. Because I don't know, I like trying out these new pizzas, or even if it's just a re-release. I like seeing what's changed. I just like my pizza. I've always been a fan. And this time we're going over to Little Caesars because they have a new one for you. Well, it's semi-new anyway. They are expanding on their ExtraMostBestest Pizza lineup. Now, you might be saying, wait a minute. I kind of have a little bit of deja vu here, because I'm looking at the title, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking to myself, I swear I've seen this before. And you're not incorrect, you're not mistaken, believe it or not. No Mandela effect stuff going on this time around, because yes indeed, they did have this pizza before in early 2018, so it has been a little while, about a year and a half since they had it, but they're bringing back the Stuffed Crust ExtraMostBestest Pizza. So of course they still have their deal where they say, alright, you know, we're going to have this pizza that's going to have tons and tons of toppings, in the literal sense. Get a scale and you'll see, you'll be amazed. And it's supposed to be at a value deal, and then they'll say, alright, well, you can spice it up a little bit, right? You can get wild, you can get crazy, and you can add these exciting things like a stuffed crust to it. So, it's their ExtraMostBestest Pizza, lots of pepperoni on it apparently, and in the crust, 3 feet of mozzarella cheese. This time around, I did some deep researching, and we were able to discern that the blend in the crust is indeed mozzarella cheese. So that's some big intel right there. Price for this, $9 and 0 cents, so $9 flat. And we're just gonna try it out. We're gonna see what it is. What I also got, and now this doesn't come with it, but I figure maybe it'll be worth it. I got some marinara sauce on the side, because when I get my stuffed crust pizzas, and it doesn't matter where it's from, I always like to get some marinara sauce to dip it. Yeah? I'm always a fan of doing that, dipping the crust in the marinara sauce, seeing how it is, and you know the way that it goes. So we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to see what we have. Last night I had a terrible nightmare, believe it or not. I had a dream that I was approached by Little Caesars corporate, and they told me, alright, we would like for you to do a promotion for this new pizza. So in my dream I accepted. I wasn't really sure what it was going to entail. And they said, we would like for you to put on a suit, but with no tie. Now already I was kind of scared. I wasn't really sure what was going on. And they told me, we're going to take the 3 feet of cheese, and we want you to tie it around your shirt collar in a perfect half Windsor knot, and wear that instead. And I woke up, I was in a sweat, I was trembling, and I'm struggling to get those images out of my mind. So maybe I was trying to get a nice transition into looking at the image of the pizza, but that fell apart. So we're just going to look at it. Let's see what we have. There we go. Alright. Well, here it is, the stuffed crust pizza. Got this as the hot and ready from the hours of 4 to 8 p.m. I believe every day you can get these hot and ready, so they're allegedly just pumping these out on the conveyor belt. Anyway, there it is. You can definitely see. Maybe if I hide behind the box for optimal viewing. You can see, though, a good deal of pepperoni on it. You can see a little bit. Looks like there's actually some cheese escapage right there at the crust here. And overall, let's get a slice out of here. Which one shall we go with? Which one? This one looks solid. And I think I already did mention, but if I didn't, I'll say it again. Price for this was 9 buckaroos, and that's it. So there we go. Look at the poor pepperoni. It's just clinging on there. No worries, pepperoni. You're gonna be saved. Don't you worry. And you can see there's the stuffed crust. Right? You can see the cheese in there. Good amount of it. Greasy pizza. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to let you know what it tastes like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it with the marinara dipping sauce, and we'll go from there. Alright, it's the Stuffed Crust ExtraMostBestest Pizza from Little Caesars. It's going in. I have a joke for you. Get ready, I'm gonna build the suspense while I take a bite. What's the difference between an ExtraMostBestest pizza and an ExtraMostBestest stuffed crust pizza? One of them has 3 feet of mozzarella cheese in the crust. You know, I'll be honest, when I saw the pizza at first, I kind of opened up the box, I looked at it. I was not particularly impressed by its appearance. Right, like you know how it is. You see the expectations versus reality. You see how it's supposed to look in the advertisement and what it actually looks like. I was thinking, well, as far as pizzas go, it is not necessarily the most aesthetically pleasing pizza that I've ever seen from Little Caesars. However, one thing I've always realized when I do these, you cannot judge a book by its cover. Like, because you can get a pizza or a burger. Oh, it looks pristine. It looks wonderful. Try it out, it's terrible. Something that doesn't look the best, try it out and it's great. And this is one of those things. Yeah, it might have had its rough edges. It might have, you might have seen some of the cheese seeping out. It might look like it was a little more on the well-done side. But as a pizza, let me tell you, it tastes good. I've always been a fan of the ExtraMostBestest lineup, to be quite honest. I've always liked the amount of pepperoni that they put on it. Really good topping distribution. I like the pepperoni pizzas. Get that little bit of spiciness. Especially, it's a very greasy pizza. Look, it is not good for you health-wise. Probably good for the mind, though, because it tastes good. It's very tasty pizza. I always like the way that the sauce that Little Caesars gives you, it goes well. It's just a really robust, flavorful sauce. Ties it all together. So as a pizza, it's really good. I'm always a fan of their ExtraMostBestest lineup. And as for the crust, it still continues to impress. I mean, let me get the focus back off so you can get a better close-up. You can see there's a good amount of cheese in the crust right there. Well, it's not focusing perfectly, but I mean, you see what I'm getting at anyway. You're getting a good amount of that mozzarella cheese in there, and you can taste it, right? It's not like it's this flavorless goop and material, and that's it. No, it's flavorful, and it really does add a bit more to the crust. Now, let me dip it in the sauce here. Whew, almost a little bit dropped off there. I almost landed in my suit. Avoided disaster. Let me just try this real quick for you. And my recommendation, if you get this, make sure that you get it with this marinara sauce for the crust, because that is what takes it to the next level. Right, you get it, it's not going to cost too much more, and you get it, and that is going to amplify the flavor. It goes perfectly with the cheese, with the crust, and it just takes it to that next level. You know what I mean? It works out really well. Again, it's this really robust, flavorful tomato sauce, and it works out well for what it is. Now, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to rave and say, look, this is the best pizza that I ever had. It blows this artisan Italian pizza out of the water. I'm not going to say that. We know that Little Caesars is an economy pizza chain. It's not the world's highest quality, but for what it is, compared to similar fast food takeaway pizzas, it is good. I can't complain. Pretty good for the value. Yeah, $9 is a little pricey for a pizza, but again, it's a good-sized pizza. You're getting the stuffed crust, and it tastes good, most importantly, for what it is. So therefore, out of 10, I'm going to be giving it an 8.0 out of 10. I really don't find too much to criticize on it. Just keep in mind that, you have to compare this to similar fast food takeout pizzas, and I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. Good amount of pizza, good amount of cheese in the crust there, good amount of toppings, and just make sure you get it with that extra marinara sauce to really take it to that next level. So that's all that I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Thank you for watching this review, and also be sure, help support this channel out, help keep the podcast, the radio show, and these reviews going. Support it at patreon.com/TheReportOfTheWeek. I didn't do a podcast last week, so no promotions for that, but, well, I guess we'll say it anyway. You can check it out, though, youtube.com/VORW podcast. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful remainder of your month of June, and I'll be seeing you again in a couple days with another review. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'm your host, The Report of the Week.